Okay, Simon Pei Beis, Sif Tess, continuing with the technicals of Erevin. It's a little bit dry tonight. Not so practical. I mean, at least for us. Test This test actually is a little bit practical. You're allowed to put in front of a guy food in your house or in your bias. Even though you know the guy's going to take it outside of the house. You can't hand it to the guy. That means that the yid is doing an akira, they're picking it up, handing it to the guy, and the guy's going to carry it outside and put it down or wherever the guy's going to take it to. So that's not allowed. We already said that nowadays it's not so negay because we're in most people are in Erevin. That's dafka when the guy has rishus to eat them there if he wants. I mean, he could eat it now. Let's say he has no rishus to eat there. Or it's a lot of food that's not possible to eat it. And other items that it's recognizable that taking them outside. It's also because it looks like you're giving it to the guy for the guy to take it out. I mean, it looks like you're asking the guy to take it out of your house, which is not allowed. A woman can drag, that doesn't really mean drag, but she can lead her son along. I feel a bit of even if she's Rama to Gereo, as long as she doesn't drag him. The way you define not dragging is that he picks up one foot, one leg, and puts down the other. And he leans on it until he puts down the other foot that he picked up. Because meaning he's always has one foot on the ground. But when she drags both his feet, then that's as if she's carrying him even in a carmelus. We'll get to that in a minute. Velocity says to carry a mamash, even if he's so big, meaning he could walk by himself. Also, it's also even in a carmelus, meaning because what's the reason why you think that she can carry him? Is because we have the rule that a live person can carry himself. And therefore, there's no Isser, but that's not true. It's potter, he says, you're potter from being a carbon chatas if you do it by mistake. Doesn't mean it's mutter. It's still an Isser derabanan. Of a Carmelist who shvus the shvus, and in the Carmelist it's a derabanan, right? We said yesterday that the carrying a Carmelist is a derabanan. So l'chayra it's a double derabanan to carry a child that can walk by himself in a Carmelist is a double derabanan, but we don't allow double derabanans. Sometimes we allow a guy to do a double derabanan, but not a yid. At least not in regular circumstances. And you have to let the people know about this because people make a mistake on this, which is true. It's like one of these halachas that people for some reason know on Shabbos at so they think they're in Brooklyn, the baby's crying, but the baby could really walk themselves, but they stop that you can really carry them. You are not allowed to carry them. Just is a derabanan and is a deraisa. Okay, Yud Aleph, Amas Hamayim, Ha'averes B'Sechach Chatzor. Let's say you have a body of water, a river that travels to a chatzor. Also, l'malos mayim mimena, you're not allowed to fill it up. Why? Because the water is coming in from a Carmelis or Rishus Harabim, and now it's going through this Rishus Hayachid. So we're talking about that this has to be at least 10 tfachim deep and 4 tfachim wide, like we said yesterday. All right? But if it's smaller than that, then it's considered part of the Rishus Hayachid. Yud Beis, Lo Yamad Adam Rishus Hayachid v'Yashtin Yorek Rishus Harabim l'Karmelis. The person should not stand in a private property and go to the bathroom or spit into a public property or a Karmelis. And same thing, not from Rishus Harabim or from a Karmelis Rishus Hayachid. None of these things, even though you're not actually picking something up and putting it down, You can't do any of these things. No going to the bathroom, spitting, or well, here that's it. Those are the two he says. Not only that, but if you have saliva in your mouth, a collection of saliva, more like phlegm, and it's loose in your mouth, if you've already moved it in your mouth from one place to another place, then that's considered carrying. Fine, you're allowed to spill water that's in a chatzah that's 4 amos by 4 amos, right? Even though it'll go out to Rosh Hashanah. Because this that it goes out to Rosh Hashanah is already a grama, and it's not. And also, he doesn't care. He doesn't care for the water to go out. Fine. I'm assuming that that's not on dirt that could grow. I'm assuming that that's not referring to that. Okay. Simin Pei Gimel. Heck of mechitzas lemahani elukashukov ledira. So for all those that, as a akdama, for all those that are familiar with Farakwe or Lawrence, so the Eruv knocks out what we call karfifs. So on the corner of Seeger Boulevard and Beach 9th Street, we have a few. And then further down on Seeger towards the bridge and the pond in Sutton Park, those are all eliminated. And also the pond in Grant Park. Those are all eliminated from the Eruv because they're not considered livable. So this is what we're going to discuss here. So hekef mechitzas lemahani ela keshukaf ledira. Surrounding mechitzas, meaning putting mechitzas as an eruv, doesn't help unless it's meant for people to live. So aleph hekef mechitzas letalta b'seichem lemahani ela keshukaf ledira. When you put up walls or fences, it doesn't help unless it's there to surround people who are living there. Uma nikru mukaf ledira. What's mukaf ledira? That's somebody who builds himself a house, or he makes himself an opening from his house, and then he builds a fence, the way most yards do. They build a fence to keep intruders out, to keep the kids from running out, etc. Then, even if it's very big, very large, it's considered a legitimate Rosh Hashanah because it's fenced in. But let's say you put up the fence not for dira, could go in ginos to pardesim, for gardens and orchards. All it's there for is to protect what's inside. Then it's going to depend on the size. If it's not bigger than 2 sasayim, which we'll get to in a minute, we'll turn on the tal to b'soich, and then you'd be allowed to carry there, even if it's not meant to live. If it's larger than 2 sasayim, then dina karmelis, and has like a karmelis, and you cannot carry in there. That's why the karfifs on the corner of Beach 9th and Seagard and all those in that area are actually shrinking because people keep putting up houses. So now it's pretty close, at least part of it is pretty close to being less than a shear, and when it'll make the Eruv checkers and fixers' job a little easier. Base kama hu shear sasayim. What is the shear to sa? Mishkan has to be the size of the Mishkan, like everything else in Hilchos Shabbos. Everything is learned out from the Mishkan. So it's like the chazor of the Mishkan. Mea ama oirech v'chamisha ama roichev. It's 100 amas long, 50 amas wide. And if it's square, if you square it out, it'll be 70 amas and 4 tvachim by 70 amas and 4 tvachim. Or let's say it's in a circle or any other form. You also have to think this. We have to calculate this. Hey elef ama. That has to go with it has to have an area that has 5,000 square amas. And he says, that's where it was in Europe. That was the calculation. Let's say the length is more than double the width, because we said it's 50 by 100. So that's double, right? Afilu rak ama achas, but if it's even one ama longer, az nechshav kiyazim v'esasayim, then we look at it like it's bigger than v'esasayim, kivan she'ena daim l'chatzar mishkan, since it's not similar to the chatzar mishkan. Okay, so those are the technicals of a karfif a little bit.